It's an absolute pleasure. It's an absolute honor to be joined by the one and only Shakur Stevenson. Is he actually here? I don't believe it. Holy shit, Shakur Stevenson is here. This is a superstar right here. How are you, my friend?
How you doing?
It's good to see you. Let's hug it out. Let's hug it out. Oh, my God. I can't believe you're actually here. I can't believe... I got to tell you, you're one of my favorite guys to listen to these days. The no fucks given Shakur Stevenson right now is as entertaining as it gets. You're unbelievable these days, man. You're on fire.
Yeah, I've been very focused for this fight. Honestly, I'm just here to make a statement. Like it's show and tell for me. So I'm gonna show my talents, and the world gonna get to see a different version of me.
Man, I feel like I can actually see the chip on your shoulder. Like I could see it. It's that big. But yo, what's going? Okay, so there's a lot to talk to you about. You have this huge fight. What is happening with all these tweets, though? That's the thing I don't understand. Are they messing with you? Is this all part of a grand plan? What's going on with the ring size, with the Tom and Jerry? What is going on here? Are you a part of this?
Oh, I'm not a part of it.
You're not a part of it?
No. But I mean, honestly, I look at it this way. I feel like for somebody that big to be trolling me and he never done this to a fighter before, it let me know how great I am. I'm on his mind, and that means Turkey cares a lot about me. So I look at it.
Every fifth tweet is some sort of like, I feel like a subtle dig at you, or maybe not so subtle.
Yeah, I don't look at it that way.
Okay, how do you look at it?
For him to sit there and do that to me makes me just, feel as though that I'm that high up. So I appreciate him for showing me that much love and attention.
I saw a picture. You were with him yesterday.
Yeah.
Was that yesterday, that picture?
Yes.
There it is. There you guys are. What was the meeting like?
It was cool. It's always good vibes when I'm around him, man. Once again, I appreciate him for giving me this opportunity because I've been trying to make this Zepeda fight for 2 to 3 years now. So the opportunity that he gave me, it gives me a platform to show how great I am.
At any point you say like, yo, what's up with the tweets, man, with the pictures? And all?
I ain't even talked to him. I don't care that much about it. The world kind of cares more about it than how I care about it, but I don't care about it. Okay,
so it was just like good vibes. Was it a long meeting?
No, it was probably like 25 minutes.
Okay.
Just talking and, I can't even tell everything.
I appreciate it. No, I get that. Is your deal with Riyadh? Do you have a deal with Riyadh, or are you?
Yeah, I kind of got a deal with Riyadh too, but after this fight, I'm kind of free to do whatever I want. But if he's going to continue to make the biggest and most competitive and best fights out there, I definitely don't mind doing it again.
So this was something that came up like a month or so ago, that you had one fight left on your Matchroom deal, and that you're going to be a free agent after this. You're not going to re-sign with them.
I don't know what the future holds. Once again, a lot of people make these rumors and say bad things, but I'm actually an Eddie Hearn fan. I actually got a great relationship with Eddie. I can't tell you what I'm going to do. Business is business, so it depends on whatever the situation approaches. But at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn is a great promoter. I don't got nothing bad to say about him, and I appreciate him.
Have you been happy? I know you only had one fight technically under the Matchroom umbrella. Have you been happy with them?
Here's what I'm happy about. They did something that was very good in my last fight. I pointed out that I don't think Floyd Schofield was going to show up to fight me. I told Eddie that way before the fight even, before we got to that night. He ended up pulling what he pulled. We was 2 steps ahead, and Eddie Hearn kind of already had a replacement ready to fight. So I appreciate him for allowing me still to make that payday, and also bringing somebody to bring a fight for me. So
why didn't you think Schofield was going to show up? And how long before the fight? Obviously, it happened on fight week, but like, when were you starting to think that this wasn't going to go down?
When they signed.
Really?
When they signed, I knew. I'm like, I don't believe that these guys really want to fight me. To have that kid right now just lose at this level is not a simple thing. I don't think people just think it's that simple. So for him to even sign, I was kind of shocked about it. But as he didn't show up for the press conference, I knew right then and there. I said, "Oh yeah, it's over.
Wow,
he's not gonna fight me."
So what do you think actually happened? Like there was this thing that was put out that he got sick. Do you believe any of that?
I can't. If he didn't lie so much, if he didn't go to the media and say all of these things, I may have gave him the benefit of the doubt in the situation. But he lied so many times to where I know him as a liar.
Okay.
So since I know you as a liar, no, I don't believe that you got sick. I know that the British control pulled them, but they can pull anybody if you act like you're sick or if you act like you're any type of in danger. You getting ready for a fight. Nobody want to send a guy in the ring that's sick. So
do you think the problem was him or his dad?
I think his dad played the part. I mean, if he talking about somebody poisoning him, it may have been his dad. So he better go
just to get him out of the fight.
Yeah, he better go. He better go check in with his dad.
Yeah, but what about that performance against Farmer? That was impressive,
that was good.
Right?
That was good.
Were you expecting that?
No, I didn't expect that. I'll give him his credit on that fight. It was good. I felt like Tevin Farmer kind of got too big-headed. If you watched him leading up to the fight, I have never saw Tevin Farmer talk the way that he was talking leading up to the fight. So I think he kind of got big-headed, and when he went in there, he kind of treated it like it was a sparring session. But at the end of the day, these young fighters is hungry too, and you got to also respect them with power, skills, and they going to come in and try to win these fights. So you got to give him that respect, and I don't think Tevin gave him that respect.
I have to say, a lot has been said about Floyd and his dad. I was lucky enough to be in the ring interviewing him afterwards. He was very emotional. He seems like a great kid. That was my first time meeting him. I felt bad for him. It seemed like he had been through a lot. He said he even considered quitting boxing because of all the hate that he received after the fight week incident with you. And I don't know if you saw any of that, but did you feel bad for him at all?
Like I said, when them people lie as much as they do, if you're a liar, you could be acting too. So
okay.
I'm not buying into the acting skills. Nah, I didn't. Good job for the performance. You put on a hell of a performance, but at the end of the day, I'm not buying that shit.
They did mention you. They mentioned, I believe who else did they mention? They mentioned a couple of people, but your name did come up. Are you interested in running this one back?
I told people I would still fight him. I even told him when I seen his dad in the elevator when we was in Saudi, and I knew that they was about to pull out. I knew it. I had a feeling.
This is before?
I knew that they was going to pull out. I swear to God. And I seen him in the elevator, and I told him, well, one day I'm going to whoop your son ass. And I stand by that. I do want to continue to fight him, but I also feel as though it should be penalties. Like, you can't go slander somebody's name and just say all of these lying things that's not true at all. You don't got no facts, no proof or nothing, and just get away with it. So I feel like in the contract, it got to be something to where, like, that can't happen. Like, we got to get rid of that.
Did they slander you?
Yeah, they slandered me. They said that I sent guys to his house to slash his tires.
Damn.
I stole his passport. I don't even know where these guys live at. Wow. So it's kind of crazy.
They said that you stole his passport. I remember that whole passport.
They said I sent somebody to steal his passport. I sent somebody to slash his tires. When he got sick in Saudi, I sent somebody to poison him to get sick in Saudi.
Gosh.
So honestly, I'm not. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, no.
You don't do business with people like that.
I would imagine. Do you think he's on your level?
Come on.
I mean, you were matched up against him.
I mean, no. That's the thing that people don't know too.
Okay.
I made that fight happen. People didn't want that fight to happen. The higher ups, the people who they like, no, that's a shit fight. This guy is not good. We don't want to see this fight. But I made that fight happen based off of all the shit that he was talking online. So being that he was talking online, all that shit, I wanted to make him fight me. But as far as being on my level, dog, he's a tough kid. There's levels to this shit, though. There's levels. I'm very high up compared to him.
Zepeda's coming off of 2 hotly contested fights against Farmer, but then you see how Farmer fought against him. You can't really do that sort of math, right?
Styles make fights. At the end of the day, because a lot of fans want to say that. They're like, oh, well, he got him out of there in 1 round. Zepeda went 12. But by their same logic, y'all will be saying that I will destroy a Tank, right? Because Lamont Roach went in there and fought with Tank, and it was a back-and-forth fight. But Jamel Herring beat Lamont Roach. Now, if we recall, I fought Jamel Herring, and I annihilated Jamel Herring. No disrespect to him. That's one of my guys. But by their logic, if they go by, oh, well, he did this to that guy, and none of that matters when you in front of a certain style. So styles make fights. I don't look at it like, oh, I'm going to crush Tank because Lamont did that to him. It's 2 different styles. So, honestly, I don't even with that situation, I don't look at it that way. Because Zepeda may go in there with Kid Austin and stop him.
So you're no stranger to big fights or big stages, platforms, but considering you're entering free agency to a degree, and considering all the stuff that's happened over the last, couple of years, do you feel more pressure going into this fight?
I don't think about the pressure. The pressure it is what it is. It's going to be a bunch of fans there. It's going to be the whole world watching. That happens. But at the end of the day, if you trust in your training and what you done in the gym, all that matters is what you do in the ring that night. So it's going to be me and Zepeda right there. I'm not worried about nothing that goes on outside of that.
So what do you think the turning point for Shakur was? Because I remember like those fights, those top-ranked fights, in New Jersey at the Prudential Center, like you were the man, right? They put you on that Vegas card, that the Thursday night card, right? Like you were one of the showcase guys on ESPN. And now I just feel like I'm a pro wrestling guy too. The word heel, like you've kind of become a heel and you don't really care, but you don't do anything that's heel-like. Yeah. Like you don't get in trouble. You don't do things, but like it just feels like, I don't know, maybe the more you interact with people online, the more it comes. I don't know what it is.
What do you think? Part of it is, you know, the way that I talk on social media. I talk a lot of shit at times. So I don't mind like saying what's on my mind at the moment, but people charge me to that, cool. But also, I also feel like it's a lot of new fans to where they didn't know who I was. So now they just getting to know me. So most of the time you hear a lot of these new people who never watched me before, but they just started watching me right after the Bud Crawford fight.
Okay.
Before Errol Spence. And they seen me right there. That's when people started kind of paying attention to me a little bit more. So for me, I think it's just new fans. And when you get new fans, they don't know the history and know how great you are already. So you just got to get past them.
It doesn't weigh on you. It doesn't say like, I'm going to show these guys. I was in the freaking 2016 Olympic Games. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's crazy. Like that's a long ass time.
Sure.
We're approaching 10 years.
For sure.
So like that doesn't annoy you?
No, it don't annoy me because at the end of the day, I look at the entire situation. So I'm not looking at what happened over the last year. I'm looking at my entire career and being that I done dominated for all this time and I'm still here. I'm still undefeated. It's a lot of guys I came up with they got L's on their record. They got knocked out. These guys wish that they still in my position. So it's like for me to still be here, it lets me know that I got a lot of longevity. I started my pro career at 19 and I'm still here.
So it's interesting because right now the business of boxing has never been better in the sense of like the paydays are gigantic. You've got, you know, obviously Turkey involved, Netflix is involved, all these great things. But we've had a couple of cards, especially as of late, that have sort of fallen flat. I know you talked about the Times Square card. You were there. Yep. I have a theory about this, and I want to know if you agree to a degree. Like even yesterday, they announced this Ring 4 card, right? And that's in November, and Bam Rodriguez is on there. But Bam Rodriguez has a fight coming up in a week or so, and I think that sometimes when they announce these fights before the next one comes, a Haney fight. Well, you could no, but also what happens is like, hey, I don't want to do anything to get hurt. I don't want to do anything to get knocked out. So let me just almost have like a glorified sparring match. And I think that's what the Haney fight was at Times Square because he knew, hey, if I just win this fight, I'll make it to the Ryan fight. Unfortunately, Ryan lost his fight, so maybe that whole thing has gone up in smoke now. But I feel like because another example, Canelo's skull. Why would Canelo take any type of risk if he knows that there's already a Crawford fight set for September?
Yeah.
This is a tricky thing, no?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you because they looking for the future. But like specifically with the Haney fight, and I hate to be, because I'm a realist. I'm not like no guy that's going to, just because I don't like you, I'm going to say something bad about you. But with the Haney fight, I felt as though a lot of people talked a lot of smack about them when they fought Ryan Garcia. And they talked about him standing there and not sitting there and not sitting there and trading and moving and stuff. They wanted him to move and use his boxing skills. When he did that, they talked shit. So then the next time he did it with Jose Ramirez, he boxed and moved, stayed out of harm's way. They still talk shit. So it's like for him, it's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't kind of thing. And I feel as though that night, I'm not going to fully blame him because I feel as though Jose Ramirez should have been able to try to bring a little bit more action too. We can't just put all the blame on Devin Haney. It got to be both parts. So with the Canelo score, I think styles make fights. I think certain styles you get in front of, and that dude just moving the entire time. Canelo don't have the fastest feet, so for him to catch that guy wasn't going to be easy. And I think it's just styles make fight. I don't think people is purposely doing it. I think that it just sometimes if you match a guy up against the wrong style, that's what you can get. As
you know, Floyd made a whole career out of not getting hit, right? Yep. And he's one of the highest paid boxers of all time, if not the highest.
Yes.
And so what's the difference between that and what you do? You don't get hit?
I mean, that's the thing, too. A lot of people don't even realize. Actually, me and Floyd is similar, but we a lot different. We similar in a thinking way, but, like, our styles are different. But, like, for me, I feel as though some nights I'm in that pocket and people not even paying attention to it. And the part that makes them frustrated the most is I'm in the pocket and I'm not getting hit. And they don't like it. They want me to get hit. They want to see me take some type of punishment and show some type of adversity. But at the end of the day, if I can make it easy on myself and I don't gotta go to the hospital after the fight, and I don't have brain damage and talking funny, I'm good with that, dog.
That's the thing. But we glorify Gotti Ward, right?
Yes.
Gotti Ward is what the people want. So how do you balance the two? Because you are in the prize fighting business.
Yes.
It's entertainment.
Yes.
It's box office. So how do you balance not wanting to go to the hospital, but also being one of those fan favorites?
You gotta just let your hands go. I think that's the main thing. Letting your hands go and throwing your hands a lot will put on an exciting show. But if that's a sacrifice for defense, I wouldn't do that. So,
was there a point where you weren't doing, like the last couple of top rank fights?
Yeah.
Were you not letting your hands go?
I think in that Artem fight, I didn't let my hands go enough. It was spots that I let my hands go, but in that Artem fight, I could have let my hands go a little bit more. But it was a tricky style, I guess, in front of me that I had to figure out. And boxing is boxing. You know, every night not gonna be a Jamel Hearn type of night.
Sure.
So I just feel as though with fans, they gotta be more realistic with us. Like, you gotta also understand Jordan don't come in every night and score 40. Some nights he put up low numbers, and when he put them low numbers up, the next night he put up 40, and y'all happy again. But it's like we should get the same benefit of the doubt.
It's a tough thing because like a guy like Tim Duncan, he wasn't like the flashiest guy, but he was a champion.
Efficient.
But in boxing it's different because it's all eyes on you, and you're getting paid, and people are buying pay-per-views or whatever, and so they want to be very critical, and ultimately they'll love you even if you get into like a brawl or get into a war.
Yeah.
But you don't want that, right? The whole point of your training is to not get hit.
The thing is, I'm not trying to get into a war where it's back and forth. So if we in a war and we in a pocket and I'm the one that's landing the right shots, I'm cool with that. But if we in a pocket and going to war and it's like you hitting me, I'm hitting you, I'm not into that. I'm not trying to get hit all night. And once again, all that it's backlash that come with it. And them guys not coming to the hospital with me. So
ultimately, it doesn't really matter. But I'm just wondering, I was surprised you weren't the main event. In fact, I kept calling you the main event. And then I was like, oh, shit, he's not the main event.
Yeah, I should have been the main event. I know this.
Why aren't you the main event?
I mean, the higher powers, they go behind closed doors and do whatever they do.
You versus Zepeda is a higher ranked fight with greater stakes than Berlanga versus Shares. With all due respect to them.
And we also got a belt on the line.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, the WBC, like, this is a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. At the end of the day, I don't have no control over it. So I focus on my job. Edgar, that's my brother.
You guys go way back.
Yeah, I'm going to go cheer him on right after the fight because that's my brother at the end of the day. But truthfully, yeah, I feel like I should have been the main event, but it didn't happen. I'm just focused on my job.
Are you bothered by this?
Nah, hell no. I mean, at first I kind of was, but you got to be able to control the controllables. And if it's out of your control, you can't do nothing about it. So at the end of the day, you can hear all the smack that people going to talk and they going to downplay you, but you just got to stay strong mentally and be well prepared to put on the show that night.
You and Zepeda have been talking about each other for a bit now.
Yeah.
Year or so, if not more. Why hasn't it happened before? What took so long?
Man, it was more Golden Boy.
You think
I'm not going to throw Zepeda under the bus because I know Zepeda is a fighter and he'll fight anybody. Clearly, he'll fight me because he signed up to fight me. So I think it was Golden Boy. Golden Boy is very smart, and they kind of played it in a strategic way. If you watch Zepeda last 5 fights, he fought against, I want to say, 5 southpaws in a row. So they was building him up to get ready for me. And for them, I kind of commend them for that.
Okay. What do you think of Oscar?
I think he's good. I don't have no problem with Oscar. Only thing that I be having a problem with is when he trip out and posted them videos and
yeah.
Like he just doing too much. Like he be tripping.
Well, when he's wearing like the little
like that ain't it.
Yeah.
That ain't it.
He calls it the predictions.
Yeah, but that's crazy. Like, bro, you are trolling.
I know. He's also Oscar De La Hoya Olympic gold medalist, one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yeah. I'm a fan of his boxing too. I came up watching De La Hoya. So
maybe you'll sign with Golden Boy after this.
I don't know.
No, it's
not
crazy.
You don't know what the future holds. You know what I like about De La Hoya though? He's a left-handed orthodox fighter. So he's not a really right-handed orthodox fighter.
Right.
So it's kind of like similar to me, and I kind of like that.
Just curious, like you see like all the stuff going on right now in boxing, like all the drama. Do you think this is good between the promoters? Do you think all this is good, or does it get annoying for you?
You know, I'm just the guy that just like to do my job. Honestly, I think it's good for boxing in a way because they trying to make boxing like WWE.
Yeah.
And I get it. You know, it get more fans in tune with it. So it's cool, but like to me, I kind of try to stay in my little lane and keep doing what I'm doing.
WWE, they're coming into the boxing world.
Yeah.
Your guy Terrence is a part of their big show. I was thinking like you'd be the perfect guy for them for this Zuffa boxing.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for young stars, but maybe not people who are so up there in age. You're still so young. Have you looked at what they're doing? Have you talked to them? Have there been any sort of feeling out process between them?
Nah, we never talked, but at the end of the day, I'm willing to work with any and everybody, long as it makes sense. So I'm a businessman. If they want to bring me to the table and pitch me, whatever, I'm down with that. But yeah, for them to come into the business is big because WWE been around for so long and they know what they're
WWE
doing.
and UFC. Dana White involved. What do you think of that?
Only thing with Dana, I like Dana. Dana is a great guy. I actually never really got a chance to meet him, but I kind of watch everything he says and does. So I'm a studier, but the only thing that I say, just pay me, man.
Yeah,
pay me. I'm not trying to get a pay cut. I know these guys are trying to bring the pays back down.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not with that.
Okay, yeah. You're not going to fight for like 50 and 50.
50 and 50, what you mean?
Like that, like a 50K and 50K.
No, hell no. Fuck no. You can't give somebody a certain amount of money and then bring them back down.
Of course. They have like a show and win model over there. You know what that is? Like, like some guys will get like 50. When I say 50 and 50, it's like, all right, you'll get 50 to step foot in the cage. And then if you win, you get another 50. But if you lose the fight by knockout, by submission, even if the judges scored against you, you're only getting half your purse.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, it's wild, right?
Yeah, I disagree with that just because guys, you want guys all to fight these fights where it's 50-50 fights. If you want them to get in the ring, if you tell them that they're not going to make a certain amount of money if they don't win the fight, they're not going to get in the ring. It's going to create chaos and people not going to fight each other. So,
do you watch MMA?
Nah, I don't watch it. I actually watched Khabib versus Conor McGregor though.
That was it?
Yeah, he's
that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That's the last fight you watched?
Yeah, I don't watch.
Why? Just not interested?
Yeah, I'm not interested just because of the fact that they kind of throw elbows, kicks, knees.
You're not down with that?
Yeah, I ain't with all that.
Terrence is actually a great wrestler.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen his takedown defense? It's impressive.
I done been in a room with Terrence actually wrestling against real wrestlers. Like
wow.
When I was staying at the OTC, it was a USA wrestling team. One of the guys was his room was right across my room, and actually him and Bud is actually close. But I actually watched them wrestle for like 30 minutes straight, and I'm like, yo, Bud is crazy.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah, he's nice.
Did you try?
I will. I want to.
Okay.
I know wrestling is hard though.
Yes, but it's good. It's good for like your hips, foot move. It's a little bit different than what you guys do, but it actually, to me, when you see how he fights and switches stances so easily, it actually makes a lot of sense because an orthodox wrestler actually has his right foot forward. Like if I'm orthodox,
so he will be a southpaw.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why he's comfortable, I think, going back and forth because of his wrestling background. I think I've never asked him this, but that's my theory.
Yeah, for sure. And also, you see him sometimes in the clinch. You ever pay attention to Bud? He's kind of smart. Like it's little subtle things he do. I was watching his fight with Errol Spence, and when they got in the clinch, it's like he closed this whole side off and leaned his body all on Errol Spence. I thought that was a hell of a move because Errol Spence didn't have no punch to throw.
Yes.
It was a defensive move. So
I know he's your guy, but him jumping up to 168, how do you think he does?
I think if anybody could do it, it's Bud Crawford.
You like his chances?
I've been watching this dude for years. I think he's a superhero.
Yes.
He's not a human being.
I think he wins. Yeah, I'm actually going on the record. I think he wins.
Yeah. Like I said, I think he can outbox Canelo. Fight the smart fight, fight the perfect fight for him to win. So I can't wait to watch it.
Do you think there's any chance you're on there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Too soon?
Yeah, because July. Yeah, nah.
2 months.
Yeah, it's definitely
That's too quick of a turnaround. Those are the old days when you would come back like 2 months later.
But I'll be having a lot of hand problems, so I gotta get my hands timed.
How is your hand? Because I know you broke it like around October or so. Or maybe September? You were supposed to be on that October card.
What was it? September? It might have been September.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is it now?
It's good. I'm ready.
How was it after the
surgery?
Well, surgery and then the Padley fight. Like when you got to actually use it in a fight, how was it in the
aftermath? in a Padley fight, it was my opposite hand that was kind of hurt.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't even the hand. Well, the other one, it was swollen.
Okay.
But the hand that wasn't swollen was the one that was hurting the most.
Okay.
But my hands is good. You know, I got to live with that. I got to get them stronger and stronger every day and just put a lot of energy and time into them. So
these are some of the highlights from the Padley fight. Did you feel like you had to stop him because he took it on short notice?
I knew I had to stop him just because I felt like he wasn't on my level. Okay. And that's no disrespect to Padley because I feel like he's a good fighter and he's a lot better than people give him credit for. But I felt like I had to stop him because of the fact that it was levels.
You're kind of like cool after, right? Like I think you trained with him, right?
Nah, I never trained with him, but I would love to. I actually watched his last fight. You could tell that he's a smart fighter. He kind of got a lot better since our fight. So
you think so?
Yeah, he was picking up on some things. I watched him go to that body real good, and he stopped the guy with some body shots, actually.
I love it. By the way, another thing that I loved, I just have to say, you did this interview with The Ring. Yo, I couldn't tell if it was like a comedy skit or like, like it was...
Very serious.
It was very serious.
Very serious. No jokes, no...
It was kind of mesmerizing. It was you and Mike Coppinger.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
Well, he's kind of become like the mouthpiece for The Ring now.
Yeah, I don't know why they use him. They need to get rid of him. He sucks. This
is for real. This is for real.
He's bad at commentating. He doesn't have a likable personality. I just think he's terrible.
So why'd you do the interview?
Because I try to be like, I'm not gonna be no person that says no to things. I'm not gonna just say no, I'm not doing the interview because I don't like you. At the end of the day, we doing a job and this is a business. So I did the interview and I did it in the way that I like.
It was very entertaining, but I actually couldn't tell if you were like messing with us, the audience, and you guys were in it together.
I was serious. Everything that I said was serious. That's how I felt at that moment.
Wow. And what happened? The funniest thing was that like he's doing the intro, and then you interrupt him, and you're like, "This is the third time that he's had to do."
Yeah, because he did it like 3 times. I'm like, man, I thought you were supposed to be on your game. You've been doing this for years and years, but. Also, he probably new to that lane, so yeah.
What was it like when it was over?
I didn't say nothing to him. I kept it moving.
You just walked away?
Yeah, went my ways.
Have you seen him since?
I seen him yesterday.
And how was that?
Man, I'm kind of like a troll, so I kind of was messing with him.
You did another interview?
Nah, we didn't do an interview. He kind of came and got me for that meeting that we did, and we was in that elevator, and I remember telling him like, because he was trying to tell me to get off the elevator first. I'm like, nah, pussies go first. And he's like, oh, man, you're childish. Come on, grow up. And I'm like, nah.
What do you mean he's getting you for the meeting? Like, is he like, because he's a journalist, right?
I have no clue what his title is. So I can't tell you.
So he's the one bringing you to the meeting?
Yeah, he brought me to it.
Wow. Him of all people. I feel like Turkey's trying to like put you guys together to...
That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
of all the people to get you?
Why would y'all send this guy to come get me? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe he sent him for...
Is he in the meeting?
Yeah.
Or does he leave?
Yeah, he was there.
Does he chime in?
He wanted to. I seen him over there kind of like... when they was saying certain things, he kind of wanted to,
say, but did he?
Nah, he didn't.
He was just like... He
had a smile on his face. You know those smirks to where they like...
Sure.
They want to say something really bad, but they like they don't say it, so that's what he had going on.
Do you feel like you've been covered fairly by the media, by the boxing media?
Sometimes. It depends on the platform. If the platform is not like a biased platform, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be fair. You know, it's going to be some backlash, but it's also going to be like some good too. And then you got certain platforms that's kind of biased. And
I feel like there's less and less non-biased platforms in boxing.
Oh my God, there's so many biased platforms in boxing. Boxing is one of the worst things, like far as like for up and coming fighters. Just because they love you when you at a certain level, but as you get bigger, they start to hate you.
The media or the fans you're talking about?
The media.
The media?
Yes, the fans.
You feel like the media hates you?
Yes.
Really?
Media hates me for sure.
Why do you think that?
I feel as though these people is like, I can't even say it. It is what it is.
Tell us. What do you think it is?
I feel like they like certain fighters. And if they like certain fighters, they're going to stick with that fighter. And it's fuck everybody else. They don't like this guy because this guy is in that fighter's weight class. And They can't be that way because at the end of the day, if you media, you can't be biased. You got to have a platform that's like for everybody.
Sure.
It can't just be, oh, I like this guy, so that means I'm enemies with this guy.
Who are the untouchables? Like, who are the ones that you feel like they never criticize?
I give some people untouchables that they never criticize. It's crazy. They used to criticize Tank. Like, if you really go back in the day, they used to criticize him all the time. Now they flipped the switch to where it's like anything he do, he can't do no wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think he got heat after the Roach fight?
Yes, I think he got a little bit of heat, but I think it was just the haters coming back out.
Okay.
But if you remember before the fight, he was just this untouchable, invincible guy. So
he was saying some crazy things before that fight about like there was a video of a kid going up to him being like, "Hey, I want to be a boxer." He said, "Don't go into boxing, go into soccer," saying that he was going to retire and all this stuff.
I understand him.
You understand him?
Yeah, I understand him. Boxing is a dangerous sport, so that's probably what he was thinking at the moment when the kid said he wanted to be a boxer. You got to realize we going in there putting our life on the line every night out. So I understand him.
Do you think he retires at the end of the year?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
How does he retire without you guys fighting? I mean, we've been hearing about this fight for 10 years
I don't get that. That's the one thing that I don't get, just based off the fact that he said it in several different interviews that I was on his list and what he was gonna do to me. I don't got power. I'm not that good. All these different things. The way he said that. If you really felt that way, then we should get in the ring and fight.
Sure, yeah, because it would be a gigantic fight.
Yeah, for sure.
With all due respect to Lamont Roach, the second fight, which by the way I heard, is the second fight even happening?
I'm not sure. You gotta ask them.
I don't know because they haven't officially announced it yet, and there was some stuff that I don't know if it was signed. It was supposed to be August 16th, I think, is the date.
Oh,
maybe he'll fight Jake Paul instead. What do you think of that?
I think that's terrible.
Why?
I mean, I get it. Because at the end of the day, it's the money business, and you want to make the most money. But from what I'm hearing, he can make more money in a fight with me. And if that's the case, why not fight me?
Sure. Do you think he beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
there's a huge size advantage, though.
It is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously better from the time frame that he started till now. And in the right situation, I also could see him become a world champion.
Really?
Yeah.
He's now ranked 14th in the WBA, and a lot of people.
Who got the WBA?
That would be so Badu Jack has the WBC. I believe it would be Zerto. No, I mean that would be crazy.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Zerto fan.
But I mean that's a big jump.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Zerto been boxing for a long time, but
the three champs are Zerto, Jayo Pataya, and Badu Jack. I think Badu is probably the most like realistic fight for him at this point, given his age, right?
I don't think that's the best fight though. I think Zerto is a better fight for him than Badu Jack.
For Jake?
Yeah.
You weren't impressed with his last fight?
I wasn't impressed with his last fight, and I just know Badu Jack, even though he's old, he got a lot of experience, and he knows how to win.
Yeah. Do you think he should be ranked, though? Are you okay with him being ranked at this point, 14th?
I mean, you selling out all these arenas, you bringing a lot of...
But it's more about who you fought, right?
Yeah, technically, you're right. It is about who you fought, and no, in that instance, but you know how this go, like, it's about who got the most money and power controls the sport. So at the end of the day, I see why he's there.
Back to Tank for a sec. Do you think he beats Roach in the rematch?
No, I actually like Lamont Roach.
Serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think Lamont Roach is a hell of a fighter. I think he don't get enough credit. A lot of people don't realize how good he is. And if you really paid attention to the fight and watched the fight, you can see how skillful he is in the pocket. His defense was on point. I think he a bad motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah, I think
he stops him.
I don't think he stops him, but I think it'll go to the distance, and I think it'll be a hell of a fight on both parts, but I like Lamont Roach.
If Tank loses, does that increase the chances of you guys fighting? Or then are you no longer interested?
I mean, I would probably be more interested in fighting Lamont Roach just because of the challenge at that time, right, if that does happen that way. But I also, we got to run it. Like, it's a fade that got to happen. Yes. I mean, everybody been calling for it. He done said it several times, so let's make the fight happen.
Well, what about Keyshawn Davis? What happened to him?
That's my little brother.
What happened there?
I think people go through things. Like, people go through certain things, and I feel like I'm with him regardless. So a lot of people could down him, talk bad about him. I don't watch Keyshawn grow up from right here to here, and it's like watching a flower grow. You got nothing but respect for him. So people make mistakes. I don't look at him no type of way for it.
You never fight him?
Never, no.
Is he doing okay? Because that was a tough weekend for him.
When I talked to him, he's okay.
He was all right?
Yeah.
Okay, because the weight and then the thing that happened on Fight Night with his brother.
It was tough.
That was a lot of stuff.
Like, I mean, it's tough. It comes with the territory. Keyshawn is a mentally tough individual. So right now, he probably is going through a little something, but in the future, he's going to be good. I think once he get his feet wet at 140 pounds, then win the belt, everybody will forget about it.
I'll just ask you a couple more and they'll let you go, but I love your take on things. Abdullah Mason just got another fight. Yeah. What do you think of him? Just as a fighter, as a prospect.
I think Abdullah the truth.
Yeah.
I think Abdullah Mason is the truth. Speed, power, size, long arms. It's very interesting to see his future and where it goes in 135 division, but it's still me there, and I'm definitely ready for whatever challenge comes.
Would you be open to him?
Yes. Yes.
He has to get by Sam Noakes, though.
Yeah, he just got to do a little bit more, but he's right there. You know, he's a young, undefeated contender now. He's not a prospect no more, so he's right there, and none but respect to him.
Abdullah, Keyshawn, who wins that?
You know I'm rocking with Keyshawn.
Yeah.
I'm rocking with Keyshawn versus anybody. That's my brother, but I got nothing but respect for Abdullah. Abdullah is a hell of a fighter.
What about Brian Norman against Devin Haney? What a fight,
that's a hell of a fight, right?
That's a tremendous fight.
I'm about to tell y'all my take on it, right?
Okay, tell us.
And everybody going to think I'm crazy. I like Devin.
You like Devin?
I like Devin.
I don't think you're that crazy.
Everybody think I'm crazy
really?
when I say
Well, Norman's coming off an incredible knockout. He's looked great.
Yeah.
Why do you like Haney?
I think Brian Norman is a hell of a fighter. But I think if Devin fight the way that he fought his last fight, and a lot of people may have criticized him, but if he do that, I think Brian Norman lose.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because he'll outbox him, he'll outsmart him?
He won't be able to hit him.
Right.
Yep.
That's a big fight for Devin. I feel like he needs this one.
Yeah, he do. He kind of...
The people, I mean, they've kind of turned on him a little bit too.
Yeah, it's like the same situation with me.
But your situation's different. You didn't lose.
I know.
You know, that's the difference.
I know that is the difference, but the public and the people kind of turned against them, man.
That's a wild thing, man.
Yeah.
You were, to me, you were always like the golden boy. Everyone loved you. You had a nice smile. New Jersey always repped you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone would come out for your fights. It was always a big deal. You're on ESPN.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden,
it just take one moment of...
Do you have regrets?
Do I have regret? No, because you got to realize life is about lessons and learning. So that's like saying, okay, when I fought that fight against Edwin De Los Santos, because that's when the turning point happened, right? Yep. I fought with one hand. I could have pulled out that fight. And if I had pulled out that fight, the public probably would have never turned against me. They would have been like, okay, he just hurt his hand and everything is good. But that happened, and that was the reason why it happened. So now I learned from it. Like, I learned so much. I learned and see who was with me, who was against me. The fake people that was around, they kind of cleared out and got away. So truthfully, I feel like it was a learning experience, and I think it made me stronger.
I thought that they should have put this fight in New Jersey.
Me too. I think the Prudential
would have been perfect for it.
They would have loved it.
Yes.
They would have ate this right up.
What do you think about it being in the tennis stadium?
I mean, it's cool. It's cool because it's a new arena that nobody has ever fought at. So for me, it's like I'm putting my name on the history books.
You going to go to the card on Friday?
What card?
MSG.
Friday?
Katie and Amanda.
I want to, but I'm not.
You're going to be locked in. Yeah. Will you watch it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Do you like the fact that it's back-to-back in the same city, essentially? Like, you guys are kind of competing for attention in the same city. It's kind of rare.
I'm not trying to compete with them. No, that's women's boxing. You got to respect women's boxing.
Of course.
I'm not into competing against them. I'm with them, and I love what they're doing for the sport. I love that they got that big fight going on, and I'm a fan of actually both of them. They're
incredible. Two legends. By the way, what's your take on the... So Amanda's team says that Katie is dirty because she fights with her head forward, and that sometimes happens. Orthodox southpaw, you know this, right? Based on what you saw like in the second fight, do you think she's doing it intentionally, or is this
it's not an intentional thing? You got to realize Amanda is a come forward and straightforward fighter, so they're going to clash, and I'm not going to blame just Katie for it. You got to realize that somebody's charging at you, and Katie's kind of moving in and out. It's going to be times where they clash and they bump heads or whatever. So even with a southpaw and orthodox, you got to know that that's one of the main things that happen. So at the end of the day, I don't blame Katie. Katie boxing her fight. Tell her to keep boxing the same fight she been boxing. And Amanda, pick it up. I think Amanda need to pick it up. She need to start early if she's going to win that fight.
Top 3 pound for pound, in your opinion, right now?
Top 3 pound for pound, I'll go with Bud Crawford. I like Bivol.
Number 2.
Yep.
You love Bivol. I see you tweeting about him and stuff.
I like Bivol.
Really?
I don't think people give him credit.
Yeah.
He beat 2 of the biggest names in boxing and dominated. I ain't going to say dominated, but he dominated both of them fights to me. But I like Bivol. Third, I'm going to go with Usyk, and I know he can't really be a pound for pound.
Why not? Because he's heavyweight?
Yeah, heavyweight.
He was cruiserweight undisputed.
Yeah, you're right. Usyk, I like Usyk.
Not Inoue. A lot of people have Inoue up there.
I just think with Inoue, he kind of he had that one fight with Kuboy Steph, and he did good that fight. He looked good, but then after that fight, I just felt like they crucified me for like fighting no-name fighters and people that people don't know. I felt like he kind of done the same thing. So
there aren't that many big names down there, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So maybe that's the reason why. But I think that what's that guy? Junto
Nakatani.
That's the fight that needs to be made.
Japan. That would be gigantic.
Yeah, he beat that guy. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely putting him top.
Where are you in the rankings right now?
I'll take any spot. Give me 10,
are you 4?
9,
hey, well, put yourself up there, no?
Nah, I ain't gonna put myself up there. Yeah, I want to beat some big names, and just like Saturday is gonna be a very telling moment for me. So
Zepeda on Saturday. One more at the end of the year. Is that the plan, or you think you're done for this year?
It depends. It depends on whatever I want. We got to see
what would
how
be the
my
dream?
Hands hold up against Zepeda, and then after that fight, we'll see if I'm ready to go at the end of the year or go next year.
Who would be the one that makes most sense for you?
There's only one name. Y'all know the name. It's Tank. It's me and Tank. That's the fight. I've been calling for the name for.
That's the one.
For the
you have to sign with PBC to make this happen. What do we have to do to make this happen?
Whatever I got to do to make the fight.
You're gonna chase him now.
I'm going to do whatever it takes to make the fight. So if that's what they want, let me know.
Love it. You're the man, Shakur. Keep doing your thing. Honestly, it's great to see you flourish into the personality that you've become. And I say, fuck the haters, man. Do your thing. At the end of the day, yeah, there it is. At the end of the day, you have to go home. The whole point is to hit and not get hit.
Fact.
And if they can't appreciate that, then go watch someone else.
If they can't do nothing to stop it, I'm gonna just keep winning.
And the other thing is, don't let them change your style. I don't like this. I don't like this thing where I feel like you're being pressured to change your style.
I mean, I'll try my best.
And guess what happens? They pressure you to change your style. You get hurt. And then they're on to the next.
Agreed. I agree with that. But also, a guy like Zepeda is going to make you fight.
Sure.
And when he makes you fight, you got to be fully prepared. So I think he's going to run into something that he don't like.
Damn, that's a good way to end it. It's July 12th, Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, exclusively on DAZN. In my opinion, the people's main event. Shakur Stevenson against William Zepeda. There's the poster right there. Hamza Shiraz going up against Edgar Berlanga. A bunch of big names. David Morrell is on there. Subriel, Matias, and many others. A tremendous 24 hours in New York City. There's the guy, Shakur. Thank you so much. We'll take a quick break, say goodbye to him, and be back to wrap up the show. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up. Leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.